Output are immediate results of your project or of your event. They happen mainly during the course of the event or during the course of the project. They are most of the time specific objective driven, which means that you have as much as output as specific objective of your project or of your event. Concerning outcome are a bit fairer. It happens at the end of your project or after your project. Most of the time, many outputs can lead to one single outcome. So, outcome are effects of your project or of your event, or they are short-term or medium-term impact of your project or of your event. Let us assume that you want to organize a birthday party for Mrs. Dosi. As such, our global objective will be to organize a birthday party for Mrs. Dosi, and we need several specific objectives to reach that global objective. One of the specific objectives may be to realize a birthday cake cut by Dosi during her birthday party. And to reach this single specific objective, we have several activities. For instance, we need to select the birthday model, select the birthday cake size, birthday cake model, birthday cake size, select the service provider, which will be a bakery, order the birthday cake, collect the birthday cake, keep the birthday cake in the fridge, make the birthday cake cut by Dosi. So all these activities contribute to that one specific objective. So if I want to formulate the output from that specific objective, I recall: realize a birthday cake cut by Dosi. The output will be birthday cake is cut by Dosi. Or it can also be birthday cake cut is realized. According to the school, the formulation can change or can be slightly different. So, to organize our birthday party, which was our global objective, we have several specific objectives. We just use one of them now as an example to formulate one output. So let me look for other specific objectives that may be related to the organization of the birthday party. For instance, invite 10 family members and 25 friends to the birthday party of Dosi. That is one objective. The output from that specific objective will be 10 family members and 25 friends attended the birthday party of Dosi. Let me look for another objective again related to the organization of the birthday party. One objective may be provide good foods and drinks to the participants to the birthday party. The output from that specific objective will be good food and drinks are provided to the participants at the birthday party. Or it can also be participants at the birthday party eat good food and have good food and drinks. According to the school, it can change, as I was saying. So in total now we have 3 objectives for this one global objective of organization of birthday. I recall the 3 specific objectives. The first one was realize birthday cake cut by Dosi. The second one was invite 10 family members and 25 friends to the birthday party of Dosi. And the third one was provide good food and drinks to the participants at the birthday party of Dosi. So the output from these three objectives will be and are: the first one is birthday cake is cut by Dosi. The second one is 10 family members and 25 friends attended the birthday party of Dosi. And the third one is good foods and drinks are provided to participants during the birthday party of Dosi. And you see that I can use those three outputs to formulate one single outcome as follows. Remember that outcome is after the event, so after the birthday party now. So the outcome will be delighted Dosi and friends who attended the birthday party. Or it can also be Dosi is very happy of her birthday party. While formulating your output, think about an immediate result of your event or of your project. Think about objective-driven output. So you have as much as output as a specific objective. One specific objective, one output. While formulating your outcome, think about effect of your event or effect of your project. Think about that outcome happen after the project or after the event. And don't forget that several outputs can lead to one single outcome. Let us take another example, more practical in the area of research project or research development project. Let's consider that my global objective is to reduce undernutrition among women of reproductive age in southern Benin. So one specific objective may be to characterize nutritionally two endogenous foods to fight against nutritional insecurity among women of reproductive age. Another specific objective may be to formulate nutritious diets based on the endogenous food, the two we were talking about. Another specific objective may also be to train 100 women of reproductive age to food formulation and food diversification. So if I want to formulate output from these three specific objectives, the first one would be that nutritional value of two endogenous foods are realized or are known. The second will be that diets are formulated from the two endogenous foods. Nutritious diets are formulated from the two endogenous foods. Or 3 or 5 diet formula are realized from the two endogenous foods. When we take the third objective, the output may be that 100 women are trained to food formulation and food diversification. So when I use these three outputs, I can formulate one single outcome. You see that all these three outputs are in the course of my project. So the one single outcome that I want to formulate should be after the project. And as such, I can formulate it as follows. Undernutrition among women of reproductive age in southern Benin is reduced by 2% 3 years after the end of my research development project.